guys, you're welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going to be learning how to make a basic female trouser. So this video is a drafting part. In my next video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to sew this. Okay, so if you're interested in this kind of content, please go ahead and hit on the subscribe button and please turn on notification bell so you are notified whenever I upload a new video. So right now the first thing you need to do is to first draw up a line here to serve as the side. So when making trousers like this, you need to draw up a line here which will serve as the side for you. So I'll just go ahead and connect this line and then we'll move to the next step. So guys, after connecting that line, you're going to bring your tape and start taking your body measurement. So to do that, I'm going to be leaving about 1.5 inch at the top on the waistline here. This is going to serve as our band because this trouser is going to be having a waistband. So leave about 1.5 inch at the top and I'm going to mark my hip line. So waist to hip for me, it's about 9 inches. Okay, so this is 9 inches here. I'm going to go ahead and then connect this into a straight line. Once you are done connecting that line, you will now take your crotch line. So to do that, you can come down from your hip line by about 2 inches, or you can go ahead and sit on a flat surface and take the measurements from your waist to that surface. Okay, so whatever you get becomes your crotch line. So I went down from my hip line with about 2.5 inch and I marked it there. I'm just going ahead to connect this into a straight line. So at this point my black marker is kind of acting somehow, so I'm going to be using this red marker here. So let's switch marker to this. So guys, after connecting this line, the next thing to do is we are going to be taking our tile line. Okay, so take your tile measurements. You are going to come down from your crotch line. Before then, let's call this the hip line. So this is the hip line and this here is the crotch line. So from this crotch line here, we are going to be taking our tile line. So from this point here, I'm going to be coming down with about 4 inches. Okay, so come down from your crotch line with about 4 inches and then mark it there. That line is going to be your tile line. Okay, so from your crotch line, go down by 4 inches, mark it there, and then go ahead and connect a straight line. So this is now our tile line. After connecting this, the next thing to do is to still place your tape on the waistline. Please make sure you are taking away 1.5 inch. Okay, if you don't understand, please watch what I'm doing here. So you are going to mark your knee line. So waist to knee for me, it's about 21 inches. So I just went ahead to mark it here and I'm going to go ahead and connect this into a straight line. So now the next thing you are going to do is you go ahead and then call this the tie line and here is the knee line. Okay, so once you are through with this, the next thing for you to do is to take the full length of your trouser. So because this pattern paper, it's about 38 inches long and the length I'm working with is 39, and I'm going to be adding 2 inches later for the joining, for the folding allowance, sorry. So altogether I need to cut out 41 inches. So I'll be doing that on the fabric itself because this pattern paper is not up to that 41 inches. I just hope you understand. So I've gone ahead to also mark this the waistline. So on the waistline here, I'm going to divide my round hip by 4. Divide your round hip by 4 and mark it here. So you're going to mark it here. You marked it on the hip line and also marked it on the crotch line. So this is how you have to place this tape. I just noticed this right now. Please, when you are doing this, just make sure that you are facing your tape this way. Just in case you don't understand, pay attention to what I'm doing here. You need to face your tape from this other line here that we drew earlier, which I said it will serve as a side for us. So you connect it here. So once you are done marking it here, go ahead and also mark it on the hip line and then you marked it on the crotch line. So once you're through with this, just go ahead and connect all those points to give you a straight line. Please note that the measurement around my hip is 42, and 42 divided by 4 it's 10.5, and I went ahead to add 1 inch for ease. So altogether I marked 11.5. okay. So guys, right now I'm still going to go ahead and divide that 11.5 into 4 places again, and on the crotch line here I'm going to be going out by whatever I get after dividing this into 4. So guys, right now I've gone ahead to divide this into 4. I'm going to now place it here and mark it out. So I had about 3 inches. I'm going to just go ahead and mark 3 inches out on this point here, and once I'm through with that, on this very area here, I'm going to try as much as possible to curve my tape this way and then go out again by 1 inch. So this is like me trying to create a curve here. So I'm going to bring my curved rule and then try as much as possible to create a curve to meet my hip line. To do that, I'm going to be making use of this. So just go ahead and place it this way, just like what I'm doing here. In case you don't understand, please pay attention to what I'm doing with my hands. Just go ahead and then connect it this way to meet your hip line like this. So by the time you are done, you will have a very nice curve looking like this. So right now we are done connecting this. Let's move over to the next step. So the next thing to do now is to come to our waistline. So right here we are going to be taking our round waist divided by 4. My waist is 32 and that divided by 4 is about 8 inches. So I'm going to place my tape this way and mark 8 inches. Please note that you are to place your tape this way when you want to take your waistline. So I'll mark 8 here. I'll be adding 1 inch for my dart and 1 inch for stitching allowance. So I added 1 inch for that and 1 inch for stitching allowance. So right now I'm just going to try and create a curve to meet my hip line, like the last point I marked here on the waistline. I'm going to connect it to meet my hip line. At this point I was just trying to see if I can have a nice curve using this curved ruler. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and then keep this aside and use my straight ruler to do this. Okay, so just pay attention. So I'll just use this straight ruler. I'll just connect the last point I made on the waistline to meet my hip line, just like this. So you see, it's very simple, just like this. I'm just trying to make it bold and then just smoothen it so that you can see this clearly. So right now the next thing to do is to measure between your crotch line, whatever you get there. So I'm going to use my tape and measure between this point here. So just look what I'm doing here. So place your tape here to this point, measure whatever you have. I had about 14 inches. So I'm going to fold my tape this way and divide it by 2. So divide it this way. I think 14 divided by 2 is 7. So I'm going to mark that 7 inches point here. I will mark it on the hip line, just like this. Mark it on the waistline. This is me trying to create like a straight line, okay, just to divide this into 2. So I'll still come over to this point. I'll mark it here and I will do same on the ends of this my trouser. I'm going to also mark it here. So once I'm through with this, I will just go ahead and connect all the points with a straight ruler. So guys, this line is going to serve as the middle of our trouser. So right now we are going to be taking all the measurements from this center line here. So from this tie line, this point here, I'm going to take the measurement around my tile. So it's about 23 inches. I will divide it by 2 this way. So 23 divided by 2, it's about 11.5. So I've gone ahead to also divide 11.5 again by 2. This is just to get the middle of that 11.5. So I'll place whatever I get after dividing it again by 4. I'll just place it this way. So I'll mark 11.5. This is just for me to get the middle of 11.5. I just hope you understand. So once you place it this way, you're going to mark it like this. Place the center when you divide it, place the center here, and on this other side where you have 11.5, go ahead and mark it here. I just hope you understand. So right now, come to the knee line here. You're going to take the measurement around your knee. So whatever you get, go ahead and divide it by 2 again. So when you divide it by 2, to get the center of whatever you divided and it got by 2, to have that center, you still need to divide it again by 4. So the measurement around my knee was about 16 inches. So that divided by 2 is 8 inches. So I went ahead to divide it again by 2. So I marked 4 inches on the other side and I marked 4 inches on this other side. And then on the ends of my trouser, my ankle measurement is about 7 inches. So half of 7 inches is 3.5. So I'll place it at the middle point like this. I'll mark 3.5 here and also mark 3.5 here. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. So right now, I'll just go ahead and connect all those points, okay? Please just pay attention to how I'm going to go ahead and connect all of them. So guys, I'm just going to go ahead and place my curved ruler this way, connect all those points. I just hope you understand what I'm doing here. So just make sure that whatever you're doing, you are connecting this correctly. I'm going to try as much as possible to get some other tools that I can use to get nice curve, okay? So right now, after connecting this part, I'm also going to go ahead and then connect this other side. So I'll try and use my curved ruler like this and then try to have a very nice curve here. I'll connect to this point and then from here I'll use my straight ruler and connect it this way. So this is it after I was done connecting this. I just hope you understand. So right now we are going to be taking our dart. So for our dart to come to the center here, this line here, still leaving my tape at that 1.5 inch point, I'm going to come down by 4 inches, and from that point I'm going to now go out on both sides by 1/2 inch. So I'll come out by 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch here, and then use my straight ruler to connect those points to meet my dart this way, just like what I'm doing here. Connect from here and also connect it this way. So this is how to get your dart. This is it, and this is how it looks. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and then cut out one part of this other side here so that I can show you guys what next to do. So please pay attention to what I'm doing here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. This is how it looks after I was done cutting out one part. So at this point I realized that we are not even done yet. So one thing I need to do is we are going to be creating our zipper fly. So to do that, it's very simple. I'm going to place my tape here and go out on this part here by 2 inches. I'll still come down a bit and then go out again by 2 inches. I'll connect those points with a straight ruler this way, and after then I'm going to use my curved ruler now. Connect it to meet your hip and then use your curved ruler to then connect a nice curve towards this area. Just pay attention to what I'm doing here. So can you see? Just curve it this way. So this is how it's going to be. So now that we're done with this, you can, if you, in case you don't understand what is this, when we are sewing this together, you will understand better. Okay, so right now the next thing to do, I will just go ahead and then cut this out. Okay, so now that we are done, I will just cut it out. Please pay attention to how I'm going to cut this out. So guys, I'm done cutting this out and this is how it looks. So you can see this already on the pattern paper, how everything came out. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to cut at least a little, just cut this part through so that we can be able to, fold this inside and then cut out the back, because the back, we don't need this zipper fly for the back, so I will just fold it in. So this is why I had to just cut this through a little, just cut that part open this way so that you can be able to fold this in. So can you see what I'm trying to say? So when you cut it a little this way, you can be able to fold this in so that we can draft the back pattern. I just hope you understand. So guys, I've gone ahead to place another pattern paper just like this. I also went ahead to place the front pattern paper on top of it this way so that we can be able to cut out the back. And then I left about 3 inches up here, so this is just like space. Don't worry, you understand why we left those 3 inches there. So I also went ahead to fold this part in this way. Like I said, the back is not going to be having a zipper fly. So right now the next thing to do is, which we forgot to do earlier, on the front paper I'm going to come in by 2 inches. This is me trying to create our pocket. Okay, this trouser is going to be having side pockets, so on this other side here I went in by 2 inches. Now the shape of your pocket totally differs. It totally depends on what you want. You can decide to just connect a straight line to your hip, or you can just try to connect like a curve, just like what I'm doing here. For me, I just want mine to be this curvy a little, so I went ahead to curve this way. So that is just how to get your pocket, side pocket. So when we are sewing this together, you understand how we are going to be sewing that together. So come to the crotch line here. You're going to go out with about 2 inches. So if you're on a bigger size, like you are very big, you need to go out by 3 inches. So I'm going to go out here by 2 inches. Can you see what I'm doing? I just hope you understand. So once you're through on this part here, you come out by 2 inches as well. And after then, you're going to try and then connect them with your ruler. Okay, just pay attention to what I'm doing. But before then, come to this part, where you have your darts. On the center, that line, the line at the center point, you're going to divide what you have between that point and your front pieces, your front pattern, so divide them into 2, make a point, and then from that point you marked earlier, you're going to go up by 2 inches. Come up by 2 inches here like this. Once you're through with that, you're now going to open your front paper now and then connect those 3 points. So the points you marked on the crotch line, you're going to connect all those points with your curved ruler, just like what I'm doing here. So guys, this is it, and one thing you need to know is the back is not going to be curvy as the front. It is totally okay. Don't say, oh, why is your back not curvy as the front? That is how it's supposed to be. Can you see? So right now, after doing that, the next thing to do, we are going to come over to the front pattern again. You're going to take the measurement on your waist. So that front pattern alone, measure what you have in between those points. So once you measure them, go ahead and then place it on this part like this. Please, I don't know how to stress this so that you can understand. Can you see where my tape is? You're going to now replace the measurement you took on the front pattern paper, replace it at the back. And once you're through, go ahead and then connect it with your ruler. Make sure it is slant like this. See the way I'm placing this? Connect it this way. Can you see? Can you see that? So once you're through now, the next thing you're going to do is basically just to go ahead and add 1 inch all around this point. I'll come here, I'll add 1 inch here. This is 1 inch I'm adding to the back pattern. Come over to this part and add 1 inch. If you don't understand, please make sure to watch this video over and over again, and feel free to ask questions. Okay, if you don't understand this part, let me know in the comment section, or feel free to ask on our WhatsApp group. Just in case you are not among us, you can request for my number so that I can add you up on the group. But if you're on the group, please, I'm expecting you to ask questions. Okay, so I'm just going ahead to connect all those points we marked earlier. Just pay attention. So once I'm through, I'm going to come over to this other part as well. From the tie line, go out by 1 inch, come to your knee line 1 inch, and on the ends here you're going to come out by 1 inch. So for the back pattern, if you watch closely, you will notice that the back part, the front is longer than the back, and that's because, like I told you, this pattern paper, it's not even enough for the full length of my trouser. So when I'm cutting this on the fabric, I'm going to make sure to add extra inches to all those patterns so that I have the exact measurements, that exact length that I want. Sorry. So I've gone ahead to connect all this part, and from this point I'm going to now use my straight ruler and connect this till the end, just like this. Can you see? So now once you are through, just go ahead and then cut every other thing out. So first I'm going to remove the front pattern paper and show you how the back looks. Okay, just like I said, the back is not going to be as curvy as the front, and it's totally okay. So once you get a nice shape like this, or even better than mine, just go ahead and then cut it out. But before then, let's take out that. So for the back pieces here, I'm going to mark half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches here, and still take note of my 1.5 inch for the band. I'm still going to place it this way and come down with to about 5 inches here, and then I will connect a straight line. Connect a straight line this way to meet that 4 inches point I marked, and then on both sides I'll go out on both sides by half inch here and half inch here, and after then I'll just connect this point like this, just like we did for the front pattern. Connect it this way and also connect this point like this. Once you're through, that's just how to get the back pattern. It's very simple. You just need to pay attention to this. So I will just go ahead and then cut this out. So if you haven't subscribed on my channel, I wonder what you are still waiting for. Go ahead and subscribe on this channel, and please turn on notification bell so that when I upload the sewing part, you'll be first to get notified. Okay, on this channel, of course, you already know I share everything related to sewing. Okay, so please let me know what you think about this video in the comments section. Let me know if you're going to be trying this, and please don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to like. Okay, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. At least that way I will know that you watched this video. Okay, so this is how the back looks. I'm going to bring the front pattern and place it this way. So this is how everything looks. Okay, so in my next video I'm going to be sharing with you how to sew this, cut this on your fabric, and how to sew this. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.